Welcome, everyone, to the college football playoff. The entire regular season has built up to this. 12 teams still in the running, but championship dreams alive as we begin this first-round game in an on-campus setting. This is a very intriguing matchup. One team that earned the right to host this game and enjoy tremendous crowd support against another team that slipped into the playoff, trying to establish a tradition now of upsets in the first round of the CFP. As we'll see, the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kurt Durmstreet. We have been waiting for this, the college football playoff in an on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this going. And here's the return from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 20. So Alabama's offense will get their first swing today. And here he comes, the quarterback, all eyes on him. He's the guy that just makes everything go.
This guy's Mr. Do-It-All. It's almost odd to say this about a quarterback, but he truly does. He's the echo of the coach and the connector of this offense. When everyone is hooked up to him, this team operates at maximum capacity, and that usually means their opposition is in trouble.
Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Solid game there. Moves the ball up to the 32.
I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the bats they've had in recent years. Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
Makes a quick catch. They tackle him at the 33, but that's enough for a first down.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 25. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. But it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain and a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Tight end makes the grab. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy's off to a great start in this big playoff game.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. This offense comes out and immediately gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepare for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Return starts from inside the 5. The return is brought down. Gets us started on the next drive. The Oregon Ducks offense takes the field. The first chance we haven't seen them today. All right, Kurt, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. In the clear of the 25. And they make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play on the scramble. He saw an opening and just went for it.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself. Picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
The defense coordinator this week already telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
To throw, it's Vasquez. Short throw to the back, caught behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now, you're looking at a 3rd down.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Ducks. No chance to catch him.
You know, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
Lining up to try the extra point.
Is on for the extra point.
And the PAT is good.
The kick is good. That ties the game.
Now they get set to kick it away.
Number 14, set to kick off.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. He's going to take off here. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back.
And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
This big guy's up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Breaks loose at the 40. They start him at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. He finds his man. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from him.
Chris, it's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
He shreds the tackle. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now it's 3rd and short with 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Try and muscle for the first down. He goes nowhere on third and short. I don't think he got it.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Got pass on the field goal attempt. The offense on the field going for it on fourth down. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? Tackled at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run. Alabama's offense now lining up on first and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, tie. So a payoff pressure for the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the powerful Bucs offense retakes the field. They were able to punch in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Quarterback still with the football. It's a fumble. And when they pick it up, it's still a live ball.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh of relief. But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside, give him a couple choice words on the importance of ball security.
They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
First and 10 now for the offense. Off the RPO, caught to the right. Tackle made after a big gain. The Ducks looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Boy, nice completion here by this Oregon offense to be able to show you it's not just about the quarterback's ability to run. Often you associate that with that Oregon quarterback, right? That dual threat guy that can run it. Not the
receiver left alone, wide open downfield. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Number 9.
Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up. And Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly. And they're doing so with such high stakes. Answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. They'll return it from inside the 5. And they get him down to wrap up the first period play. Early on, it's a fun battle on the road to the national championship deadline at the end of 1. Let's check out the early stats so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. And here's the handoff. Tackle made after a solid game. They spot the ball for 31.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Look, I realize in any play call that's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Got the first down, now looking for more.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Oh, it's dropped off by the defense there.
I'm a big fan of the arm. It just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
There's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give him credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Signs a quick throw. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Boy, another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, break. Got space. Looking to score. Touchdown, Alabama. This offense is still clicking. Simple throw. All the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football. He makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch. And this defense just unable to corral him.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. Stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn, and early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession. They're going to run it. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So second and 4. Out of the shotgun. That's good for first down yardage. They'll spot it at the 37.
Nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on and on, but right off the top of my head, you're going to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs. They're still trying to live up to that to this day.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. The shotgun running play call. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 36.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards on first and 10.
Back to throw. It's Vasquez. Quick catch over the middle. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Makes a quick grab. Tackled across midfield at the 48. Good enough for a first down. The Ducks are on the move here. And moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
On the run, he'll let it go. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Second down play coming up for this offense. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back. Looking to throw for it on third down. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's fourth down. The Ducks bring their punt team onto the field. And the punt lands out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they'll spot it here. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Really excellent possession last time. They mixed the run and pass, kept the defense off balance, and went to a touchdown. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. They're going to run it here. We're gaining some breathing room. Tackle at the 26.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, handed off inside. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right and is tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Easy throw to a wide open receiver downfield. Big screen over the right side. Can they chase him down? Touchdown, Bama. Made the defense look slow that time.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows you the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Attack on the PAT. It's a 2-touchdown lead now, 28-14. Pickup team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime and cut into this lead. The linebacker shifting around now. He'll take a deep shot. And it's intercepted. Did he take it all the way? And that's a solid return after the interception. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the offense gifted with great starting field position for this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
We see more and more of this in college football. You get the right guy in that slot that can win the one-on-one matchups. You take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
Extra point makes it 35-14. Getting set to kick the ball over there now. Fields it just outside the goal line. The coverage team able to bring him down. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. The ball is picked off. Look out, he's got some space. And he steps out after a nice return. What a momentum shifter this could be.
Chris, I think I can hear him calling out blocks after that pick. Or was it the defensive coordinator next door up here in the booth? Either way, they were looking to score after coming up with that interception. The offense, if they did anything right, it was keeping them out of the end zone.
target on the left side. Brought down at the 7. Which moves him closer to the goal line.
Here in the age of the mobile quarterback, you saw it right there. The ability to scramble out of the pocket, extend the play, and make passes like that is invaluable to the offense.
Will make it into the end zone. Touchdown, tie. Well, no surprise from offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. The turn begins inside the 10. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. And their powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead or play it safe. And it falls incomplete. The offense with 5 receivers now into backfield. Dropping back. It's Vasquez. He flips it to the back across the middle. A timeout is called in the third stage late here in the second quarter. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. And a short pitch and catch to the 10. He's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down. 4th down, they'll punt it away here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Time running out here in the first half. Wouldn't expect them to be too aggressive in this position. Drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. And that's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. He'll take a deep shot here. And that's incomplete. Just 8 seconds remaining now.
Well, Chris, the offense takes the shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. He's got it inside the 10. He takes it for the score. Touchdown, Alabama.
This guy can throw it up. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. 14. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. Here's the first play of the drive now, set up at the 24. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
Receiver makes the catch.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Getting set. Here's second down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Spins away from defenders. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirectional counter plays. This one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards in the first down.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside and the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play. Back to pass. It's Vasquez. And he lofts it deep over the middle. He's picked for a third time tonight. And follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long. Now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum, and the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. Caught quickly. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
Offense showing a bunch formation now. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a 2-yard gain. Second and 8 coming up.
In the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of the defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. There's a wide-open receiver, complete. It's a big gain deep into plus territory. They'll spot it near the 30.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Okay, ready?
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. It's a quick grab. Solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. He's catching.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the handoff. Oh, there's the stiff arm. Tackled down at the 3-yard line after an excellent run.
Well, that's what you love to see from an offense. The offensive line and the running back in sync, working together, and it pays off. What a big gain. Thought he might be close to being able to take it all the way to the end zone, but the defense just brings him down there inside the 5.
down and goal. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
It just seems like he's inching his way to this goal line. He got about a yard. That's halfway. Now, will they give it to him again? This
Touchdown, Bama. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Going after, not quite through. There's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The Bucs' powerful offense is back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Handoff here from the shotgun. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The pass is dropped incomplete, but it had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. 2nd and 10 here. Send the back in motion. To the air. It's Vasquez. Receiver makes the grab.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. The Ducks looking to keep this drive moving.
This is why they're in the playoffs, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment of 3rd down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a 1st down, and they get it.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. 6th play of the drive coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Harris. He's brought down out at the 46.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Ending off on the draw play. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Ducks will have to punt this one away. Someone to kick it away, helping his team with field position. Oh, and it lands at the 4 and bounces in for a touchback. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. Trucks through the defender.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Jason, in this playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They'll stop him with the 34. That will be a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. The defense backed up against their own end zone. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Stretching the lead. This one is getting. It's an easy job for the play caller, right, Kirk? They can't stop the running back. Feed him the ball. Scores again.
Yeah, I came into this game really thinking we'd see more from this quarterback and all these wide receivers that they have, but instead, it has been the back. And as a smart play caller, you just keep going back to the guy with the hot hand.
No problem, BAT, right down the middle. He'll bring it out from inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The Oregon offense comes back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. The guys up front line up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble.
Well, the offense catches a break here. Lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. And the wideout goes in motion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of concern. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
And the junior able to get home with the sack. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. In these playoff games, we certainly hope for a much more competitive battle, a shot at the national championship on the line. It has not been the case here so far. Ducks will line up to put it away. He's on to boot it away now. And it's fair caught right about the 45-yard line. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? The shotgun handoff here. He's found some room at the 45. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball at the 44.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they wanted to. That's why points are coming up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is more in control. We can do whatever we want, whatever we feel like doing.
Second and medium.
Get set.
Here comes a handoff. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Hold it.
See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. Second down play coming up. The shotgun run call. Good enough for first down yardage.
Oh, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They've got him, but now before a solid game on the ground.
Great job on the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Tackle, but first down.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense can sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid game. Stay ahead of the chains.
You're pounding away with the running game. It's 1st and 10. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Touchdown, tie. This one is getting ultimate.
That's another touchdown for these guys. And they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
And to be PAT is good.
The extra point is good. That makes the score now about 10-3.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Return starts from inside the 5. And the return steps out at the 20. That's where the offense will take over. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. They put something together in this round. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. First down, they're going to throw the ball. Airing this one out toward the sideline. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Quick completion to the tight end. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
That one falls incomplete. Defensive play brings up second down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of the first down. Offense are going to keep the drive going here. Third and short now from the 44. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And the pass is hauled in over the middle. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up the first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Makes a quick catch. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Looks left and finds his target there. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
It's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looking to chuck it again. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete in this game. They're down big, and now they're just hoping for that clock to run out.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking for the wide out. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal right there.
Good job by this offensive line, and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
He just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is You wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
The offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Offense looking to throw the ball. Launching one to the end zone. Oh, it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. So from the lefty hash, this is just a chip shot. Med kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. So they get the 3 points, but this remains a large deficit. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. This one will be fair caught. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. They went backwards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 24. Offense is off schedule after that first down loss. Here comes 2nd down. Ball handed off. And the freshman brings him down quick there. The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Unfortunately,